Right now, my buddy Wolf from Justice Rescue is in here, and I know that we have plans to do a full segment with you guys every week because I love what you do, but we had the press conference stuff at 3:30. Wanted to get you in here for a few minutes, though, because I think what you guys do is fantastic. For those who don't know, really quick, tell us what you do at Justice Rescue.
We're a bunch of guys that actually go proactively out to all the different neighborhoods, and we protect animals from abuse.
It's amazing, too, because some people might think, they may not think that what you're saying is true even, but what you're doing is you go to ghettos and slums and places where there's dog fighting and places where dogs are chained up outside. You either get a tip from someone or you see it yourself, and you go in there and you take care of business and rescue these animals. Yeah,
we target those places because there's nobody else going. There's nobody else going to those areas. And it's very difficult to work in those areas, so that's why we target them. It's because those animals have no help there.
Sure, and just for those who don't know about you and what you do, what got you so involved with these animals that made you want to go out and really put your own life in peril? Because there have been times guns have been pulled on you, you go into dangerous situations. What made you want to do this?
About 7-8 years ago, I went through a really bad, depressing time in my life. Mm. And at that point, you're not really rational when you're making those, when you're making decisions when you're like that. So I decided I didn't want to work for corporate anymore. I sold my businesses, and there I was doing nothing with my time. Didn't know what I was going to do.
Sure.
During that interim, I started spending time at the shelters and started working with the dogs there. I saw that the animals were being brought in after they were fought. We found out where they came from. Me and the co-founder Crash, and we went and targeted those areas and rescued a lot of dogs from dog fighting, abuse, neglect, starvation, physical beating. Those are the heinous crimes that our organization targets.
And you would say that these dogs saved your life.
Absolutely.
You always see the bumper stickers that says who rescued who all the time, right? And you think, oh, that's kind of hokey, kind of whatever. But you would say that the fact that you were able to find these dogs gave you a new purpose, gave you a new meaning, and doing what you do keeps you sane right now.
Absolutely. We can go over the whole thing. We don't have enough time today, of course.
Sure.
But I can tell you the whole story. The whole story is built upon animals really saving my life.
Yeah, and I think next week when we really get into that, because you've told me the story before, and I think it's amazing what you do and what you've been through at Justice Rescue. You've got this beautiful property. Where's the property at?
Spring City, Chester County.
In Chester County, you got this beautiful property that I went to, and you've got all these dogs. Some dogs will never leave there because they can't be rehabilitated. Some are up for adoption, and I see a lot of them on your Facebook. And while we have you here today, can you tell people that if they want to find one of these dogs that they want to rescue, give a forever home to, can you tell me where they can go?
I suggest everybody go into our Facebook page. It's the easiest thing to find, Justice Rescue. You can follow our rescue stories somewhat there. You can donate. You can follow what dogs are up for adoption. And all of our website information can be linked from right there as well.
And I usually share a lot of those pictures, and it varies from 5-year-old beagles to 1-year-old pit bull mixes. You go out there and save any kind of animal you can, and I think it's beautiful what you do. How many dogs have you been able to find homes for over the last X amount of years that you've been doing it?
Probably about 2,500 to 3,000.
Incredible.
And that's not counting the ones that we keep at our shelter. We do have sanctuary for the ones that were fought and beat beyond being able to, put back into the public. They have people that they love, but that's pretty much it. They got their small circles with us.
And I for a long time, I wasn't really a dog lover. I was annoyed by dogs. Like, my buddies would have dogs, and I'd go to their house, and I'd be like, don't lick me and all that. But when I got my dog...
I couldn't believe that after seeing you at my farm.
I know! And now I sit in my car and cry over dog videos. At the Borgata, I sat in my car, and I cried over a video my girlfriend sent me.
Well, as I was explaining some of the stories, you were just shaking your head. I saw it.
It's amazing.
I was going to tell you to kind of calm it down because we kind of need it for the rest of the show because there's blood running all over the place.
Can you actually take Josh on your next I don't know, call it a raid? I don't know what it would be.
We were going to offer him a ride along if you'd like to go.
I might have to do that. I'd probably be frightened and I'd be useless to you, but I would go. And then I'd be sad.
We've tried a couple that wanted to stop. A couple that wanted to go. They were like, no, this is not for me.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I have nothing going on at night.
You're a big guy, man.
I look imposing. What I need
That's
to do,
all we need for a while.
You've got a lot of tattoos. I'll put on like a couple of fake tattoos.
Perfect.
And maybe I'll shave my head and I'll go with you. They'll think that I'm badass.
Right.
Really, I'm a chump, but I'll look the part.
Leather vest.
Oh, totally. I'll oversell it. So,
nice.
And I know we had to do this abbreviated today. And next week we'll have an opportunity to talk more in depth. But again, if people want to help you guys by donating or see more of what you do, you got your reality web series starting too.
Yeah.
All the details about Justice Rescue, where can they find it?
I would suggest everybody goes to Justice Rescue on Facebook. One thing is we're not your mama's rescue. Like you said, we're different than everybody else. and we put everything on the line, and we have a lot of information to share as our future segments come through.
How close have you been to death? Like, would you say, how close were you to being shot by somebody?
I had a gun in my face.
Over someone's dog that they were mistreating.
Well, they didn't know why I was there. I knocked on the door and I got the gun in my face.
You can walk into these places, barge into these places, and because you're a cop, right? You can come in, you've got the help of law enforcement. You can bust down the door and take someone's dog they're mistreating.
Under certain circumstances.
Unbelievable.
You have everybody has their Fourth Amendment rights, and there's certain exigent circumstances that, if that dog's in imminent danger, we can take what we need to do to rescue that dog from that abuse.
And I would imagine there's a lot of people that don't like that, the fact that you can bust in. So that is something that we can kind of jump off with next week. Yeah. I know we got a short timer. This press conference kind of came out of nowhere here today. So
looking forward to it.
Yes, Wolf, Tara, I love what you guys do. What you do is wonderful at Justice Rescue. My girlfriend loves what you do. Justice Rescue on Facebook. It's wonderful what you're doing. Next week, we'll get into it a little bit more in depth. 3:35 or 3:25 next Thursday. Sound good?
Perfect.
All right. Thank you, Wolf. Appreciate it,
guys.
All right. Josh and his show.